Hi everyone! Today I thought I would tell you the story of how I got verified. It's one of my most frequently asked questions. I get asked about it a lot. Everybody seems to be quite curious about it, and I have to admit I'm curious too, because I'm going to hold my hands up at the beginning of this video and say I have no idea how I got verified. And I don't really have any tips for anybody looking to get verified. I'm very sorry. But today, since everybody still seems to be curious, I'm going to tell the story and maybe you might find it entertaining. The story isn't going to have any details on how to get verified yourself. There's not really anything that you can take from this in order to help you get verified. So yeah, if you enjoy it as a story time, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. If you're looking for tips on how to get verified, I'm sorry, I don't have any shortcuts or anything. So yeah, I just thought I'd do that today. I'm not aiming this video at anybody in particular. If you've asked me this question and you feel that I'm trying to start a fight with you, I'm not doing that at all. I'm not thinking of anybody in particular or thinking about any particular circumstances in which this conversation has came up. I just thought today, since it's been almost a year and people are still asking, I would tell you the story, so I hope you enjoy. I believe that my verification story goes back to February last year when I was at a YouTube Creator Day. Now, before I go any further, I'm just going to say I do not know for sure that this is how YouTube got my details. There was no mention of verification from my memory at this event. The only reason that I believe it stems back to this event is because there were other people who mysteriously got verified after going to this event in February. So I think somewhere along the line, that's maybe how somebody's got our details. I don't really know for sure. If you're going to Creator Days yourself, there isn't really going to be any offer of verification. They are great fun to go to, so if you ever get a chance to go to one, I suggest going along. But don't go along in the hope that you're going to get verified, because this is like a really bizarre thing that's happened, and the people that I've spoken to don't really know why it happened either. Okay, so anyway, I went to the Creator Day at the end of February. It was a great day, had great fun. There was no real mention of verification or anything that I can remember. And then at the beginning of April, I got an email one day, and it was from somebody who worked for YouTube. I can't remember their exact details, but it basically said, "Thank you for all your help. As a thank you, we're going to verify you." This email definitely didn't seem to be one that was meant to go to me. It was talking about things that aren't really available to small YouTubers, and it didn't really capture my experience of being on YouTube. It was something that was very much in my bedroom. I didn't really have any experience of speaking to staff members too much at that point. So I emailed this person back and said, "Gee, thanks for the email. I think you've maybe sent this to the wrong person." And I sent it away, didn't really think anything else of it. But then a couple of days later, my account was verified anyway. And when I first saw the tick on my account, I'm not going to lie, my blood ran cold. I was like, is this a real thing? I thought somebody had maybe sent me that email as a joke, or I'd maybe, not seen that it was a scam. But when the check mark appeared, I was like, this was a real email. The check mark is basically like a really weird thing that's happened to my account. I've never really got an answer as to why it happened. I emailed the person who seemed to do it in the first place. I haven't heard anything back. I've spoken to a couple of people who work at YouTube, and they don't really understand why it happened either. The check mark is still there, and I'm okay with it being there. I'm kind of indifferent to it, really. If it gets removed because they realise the mistake and they feel the need to remove it, that's fine as well, because I don't really feel like I deserved it in the first place. So I'm okay with it staying, But if they ever want to remove it, that's okay too, because it's not really a feature that's designed for me. I've heard a few theories as to why I in particular have been verified, and I just want to kind of run through them quickly and why I don't believe them myself. I've heard people say it's because I'm active in the creator community, and at the time that this whole thing happened, I was still quite a new member of the creator community, and nobody really knew me. The top contributor in Rising Star programme, as far as I'm aware, hadn't started. And even if I was verified somehow because of the creator community, that still doesn't really explain why all the people that went to Creator Day who also got verified because they weren't all in the creator community as well. And then the last one I've heard is because I'm a YouTube hero. And the timing is just totally off for that to be the reason. YouTube Heroes was launched in September, and this happened in early April, so there's about 5 months in between the two of them. And yeah, I just don't really believe that there's any reason behind this happening. I really just think it was an accident that somebody's made, and I'm not really too sure how it came about in the first place. But that story that I'm told is as close to all the information I have right now as possible. If you're watching this video as a YouTube creator who hopes one day to be verified as well, I wish you all the best with your channel, and I hope it goes well. I'm sorry that this video wasn't very helpful and the story maybe wasn't that interesting, but this is just the extended version of the answer I don't know that I usually give to people. I hope you've enjoyed it all the same. I hope everybody who's watched it has enjoyed hearing this story, hearing my version of events. And if you have anything you want to put in the comments, I'd love to hear from you. Let's chat about this if you have anything else to say. So thank you very, very much for watching, everybody, and I hope to see you back soon. Cheerio. I think the funniest theory I've heard is that I offered YouTube money. YouTube aren't short on money, and I'm pretty sure any amount that I could give them wouldn't be a very impressive bribe. So yeah, I didn't offer them money either, just an FYI. It really was just a fluke.